Welcome to the Recreation, and quite a few teams have come here and stumbled down the years. Remember a cup tie when Warrington came here and were given a real test when they were a top team, and Whitehaven of the old days came very close to toppling them. And Toronto are the team in town today. Craig Hall leading out his side in black. That strip we are going to get used to. Black or white. White last week, black this week, but they'll be changing, chopping and changing as the season goes on. And Whitehaven in their white, given a proper reception by the local fans here too, as they take to the field for what should be a proper good game. We were talking to the groundsman, and all those remembered superbly there by that minute silence. This is the way that Whitehaven are lining up today. Miller at fullback, Thompson, Taylor, Parker and Burns the three quarters, Crook and Roper the know-how in the halves, Shackley, Newton and Holland the front row, Holiday, McAvoy and Ulstrom in the back row. And the subs there, you can see Carl Foster, the coach, starts on the bench, James Tilley, Glenn Riley and Lewis Foster, who's a hooker on dual registration from Lee. Toronto, QLT, the fullback, Pownall, Hall, Worthington and Kay. The halves, Wallace and Jacks. A front row, Emmett, Bezic, Sidlow, Dixon, Laithwaite, Bussey in the back row. And on the bench today for this Toronto side, Wheeler, Crossley, Whiting and Everett. Our referee is Mr. Liam Moore. Bezic throws it inside. Here comes Sidlow and Bezic again, and back now for Wallace, and Wallace out, and Jacks onto Hall, and Hall goes striding through the step as well. Can't go further, but look where he's taken his side. Rhys Jacks once more. Now it's Wallace. Wallace will try and slide his way through. Held up short. Bezic now stands and waits at dummy half. It's a fumble though, and a big roar from the home fans, because they know their side has survived, and they're also encouraging this little outburst of anger that springs up as well.
Well, I think a few verbals were exchanged then. Somebody's, I think, is it Bezic that throws the ball, and something's gone on in and around the middle. I don't think it was a knock on. I didn't see the knock on, and Newton.
Oh, we'll go again, and here we go now. Down they pack. Jacks puts it in. Out it comes to this centre stage. Kay helping it on again, and suddenly there's an opportunity.
Here's a foot race.
Well, he's got a bit of pace, hasn't he?
Here's a foot race.
Hands off one.
Great tackle from
Ulstrom.
Great tackle from the base of the scrum, and that's a penalty, surely. Yeah, you had to give it.
He's complaining.
What a tackle.
What brilliant play from Ulstrom. I mean, where did he come from? That was a winger at full flight, and Ulstrom has covered twice as much ground to get there.
Came from the base of the scrum.
So well done in the first part of the defending there from Whitehaven, but here comes part two, and this could be difficult because Toronto camped on the line. Jacks away to that right-hand side, and Pownall will dive in to score the game's opening try. He thought he was away to score a little earlier. This time it is confirmed, and Toronto have that first score with 21 minutes play.
Fabulous play from both teams. First we see the enthusiasm for Carl Ulstrom, who makes an unbelievable tackle on Pownall's break from the initial break, which gives him the field position. Clambers all over Pownall, and the penalty ensues. A little short side play. Here we go. Here's Johnny Pownall. Catch him if you can. He's not slow. He's got wings. He's got wings. He's flying. Where does Ulstrom come from? There he is. That's a big effort, but clearly clambers all over him. Doesn't allow him to get up, so it's a penalty. And the ensuing short side play is coming away. They lie in a nice way, and they come back with short side. Terrific skills and good hands. Good finish.
And a little wave at the camera as well from Craig Hall. And a chance to add the conversion too. So Hall, well, that's rugby league at this level all over, isn't it? He's almost in the crowd here. They'll be whispering sweet nothings in his ear as he steps forward to take the conversion. And if they were trying to put him off, they haven't succeeded. That's a heck of a kick. That's a terrific
goal. I didn't want to jinx him before he kicked the ball. Or I was trying to help Whitehaven by not saying anything, but boy, he's a good goal kicker.
Comes running out of the mud. Arms stretched by Foster. taken in again.
There's some good contact from both teams, isn't there? You know, they're getting stuck into the conditions. They're getting stuck into the fact that it's as much about the grind and the toughness and than the hoo-ha of throwing the ball around.
Well, again, it's very, very slow here. Forster has a look up to see if there's anything coming from the referee. It's bashed forward by Glenn Riley. Slow progress in the mud. Inside ball by Holland.
There's a knock on there.
Giving it away. Picked up by Whiting.
He won't want to go that far.
Pownall. So a bonus here for the Wolfpack towards the end of this first half. Less than 5 minutes to go, and they've now got 6 tackles to have a go at that line. That was read by
Great
Taylor.
Play, Taylor. He had to do. They were outnumbered. It was a pass away from another score on more distance.
Penalty. Offside. Now, what about the 2 points here, Brian? Penalty underneath this. And they would seem to be suggesting that you're responsible for something that's going wrong, Brian Noble.
I gave that penalty, didn't I? I think I'm the death threat being put on me.
Don't go down the ladders too quickly. There's the kick from Hall. Over it goes. 2 out of 2. They're booing the referee. He's put a lot of labour in, hasn't he, so far?
He's carried the ball a lot.
He's carrying an extra 6 kilos because of his soggy shirt. Kick downfield from Wallace. Back goes Thompson. Collects it safely, but Hall's right in his face and just does enough for reinforcements to arrive and make sure that Thompson's going nowhere. 15 from his own line. Couple of tackles gone. Just about 90 seconds or so of this half remaining. Although, of course, that's not the official clock we're looking at there. The referee might add on a minute or two. But Whitehaven would love to get outside their own half. They've not been outside their own half for a time now.
Not for a while now, have they? So it might be a kick play, a smart kick play from one of the halves, or maybe this man who's been impressive for us, or he drops the ball there.
Got in the mud. Gone in the mud. There's bodies all over the place. There's the kick from Crook. Back comes Pownall. QLT collects. And he's up to the 40-metre mark when he's tackled.
Wow, it's heavy in that middle of that field, isn't it? Wow, what a good effort both these teams are putting on.
Whacking big efforts coming in from defence. Pownall trying to lift the load off his forwards with a carry there. Here comes Dixon, Andrew Dixon. The only recognisable feature about him is a little top knot on the top of his head. QLT now with a pass away to Hall. Hall strides away from the tackle and he has support. Liam Kay's away.
That's a good try.
No mistakes this way. Some real class in the mud there from the Toronto Wolfpack, and Kay finishes with a little dive as well. You get the impression the Whitehaven fans are not happy. But the Wolfpack have another try and lead now by 12 points to 0.
It's another smart short side play. They've managed the short sides really well today of the Wolfpack, and Hall climbs out of the tackle, and Liam Kay, if there is such a thing in these conditions as an easy score, gets the walk in and the dive into the mud bath.
I'm not usually nervous sitting next to you, Brian, but I'm getting more and more.
I don't know why they're
nervous
blaming me for all the referees' decisions.
There's about 100 fans in front of us who keep turning round and hurling abuse at Brian Noble. I can understand that, to be honest. So Hall puts this over, and it's a 3-score lead. Here he goes, and there it goes, and the flags are raised to confirm. So Hall with 3 out of 3. And it comes from Bezic. Emmett again. Wallace. Not a standoffs day today, is it? But Wallace. Oh, and look at this. James Tilley comes on. Where's he come from? It's like we have an invader on the pitch all of a sudden.
James Tilley, cunningly disguised as Gary Wheeler.
Gary Wheeler, it is. Sorry, Gary Wheeler, wrong side. Gary Wheeler on the pitch.
Just tell him not to get tackled, and we'll get him right all the time.
Yeah. How ironic's that? The only man with a clean shirt, and I got his name wrong. Anyway, here's Wallace. Wallace goes out to QLT. QLT is going to be wrapped up. 25 out, 5 gone, 1 to go. Bezic looks left. Wallace has it again. Dabs it. Could go anywhere here. Picked up by Kay, but he's picked up by 4 defenders.
So is that back to 0 or is it back to 1? Yeah.
I think I'm not sure. We'll have a look again. Here's Wallace skipping and dancing. And he's put down. I think he must have waved another set of 6 here because of the touch from Whitehaven. Now Bezic going left again. They're going to hurl themselves at the line here. Just about held at bay. Terrific defence going on at the moment, and a charge from dummy half. But it's held up, I think. Held up.
What's he doing?
Or the referee's given it. The referee's given the try.
Clearly
it's being put down.
Who was it? QLT? Who would know? Who was it? Who dove over, Dave? That's a great mystery now. We just need to clarify for our viewers who dives over from dummy half.
Bezic goes left, and then the drive in here, and the ball is held up. It's the next play, isn't it, that leads to the try?
It is.
He's quite clearly held up. Bezic. And Bob Bezic will claim the try. He was 20 metres out when he's put down. Back towards Crook. And now Shackley. Mark Shackley. It's had quite a spell at Workington. Did Shackley's in his second spell here at Whitehaven. Gets up and plays it now. And it's skimmed to that left-hand side. And a step by Roper. But he can't find a way through. Toronto's defence is like a curtain at the moment. They can't run through it. An iron curtain. 10 metres from their own line. Pushed in by Holland. Wants to get the arms free, but Emmett comes running over to make sure that he's just toppled over to slow things down a little more. Shackley's dummied to him. Instead it comes out to Alstrom.
They're trying to create that little bit of space in this Toronto line to get over.
Try here would light things up. Oh, that's a really clever kick from Paul Crook. Really clever kick. Elliot Miller, the fullback, read it superbly. Everyone was expecting a kick to the corner. Crook went back down the middle. Miller's chased and touches it down.
Yeah, set play from Whitehaven. Struggling to find any space, so it has to be a kick play that gives them this opportunity. And Crook with a dexterity reverse kick back for Miller, who's on the inside, and all he has to do is fall on that and get himself the 4-pointer. Smart play from Workington, exposing a little bit of a frailty there. It's hard to turn in these conditions, so the fullback's taken out of the equation. He's coming to the left. You see QLT in the picture there. Anything that comes back against the grain is a straight inning. Well done, Miller. Well done, Whitehaven.
The halftime, but they basically alluded after that try that there's plenty of time here, settle it down and try and run the ball back, use their tackles and attack the Wolfpack, who they felt were getting a little tired in the mud here, guys.
Well, it's Toronto who are attacking at the moment, though. Hall put down. This could be a pivotal moment of the game with just about 12 minutes left to play. If Whitehaven hang on here, they are still in the contest. If Toronto scores, then you suddenly feel that it's only going to go one way. Wallace goes out to Wheeler. Wheeler with a quick pass. Whiting out to that right-hand side. Pownall's waiting for it. Pownall back and touches down. Silences the crowd here at the Recreary. Quick, clean hands on a muddy, wet day. Pownall the scorer, and it might just be game over here for Toronto.
Well, this is a pleasure in these conditions to chance your arm and execute the skill in the way that they do. Whiting with a end pass there to Pownall, who cuts in to finish the play. They created the numbers, and lovely play from the base. So hands from Emmett, from Wallace, Whiting at the end with the big harbour bridge, and Pownall cuts back inside, and that's a very good try in these conditions. Here we see it again from a different angle, a good angle, and catch and pass, a run in a passing game, rugby league, and Pownall still needs to score and cuts inside and finishes the play.
Here, Craig Hall sends the ball high in the air, and he's got the right direction on it as well. So 24 points to 4.
Outstanding around the middle. Whitehaven have played their part really well.
He's hiding.
Yeah, he's hiding.
He doesn't like the limelight.
Doesn't like the limelight. You know, you have to say that Whitehaven's has Roper and Crook with the little touches have been great. Jesse Joe Parker trying to release him all the time, but the Wolfpack's defence has been very, very strong. Only broken and prized open by a kick play.
Shackley wants to get up and play this. Has a look at the referee. Might have been a second effort, he thinks. But now they come. There's the kick. And the chase is on for Thompson, who puts a delicate little chip over. And touchdown by Chris Taylor. Taylor scores. a second of the game for Whitehaven. It almost looked like he was a defender back there, didn't he, defusing it in all that muddy confusion. I think one or two Whitehaven fans in front of us thought it might have been a Toronto player, but it was Chris Taylor.
I think it's a kick play for a kick play. He chips it, could have dove himself, probably maybe got the finish, but great finish and well deserved right at the end of this game from Whitehaven. Goes to the line, Crook again with the kick play. It's easy pick it up and dive, QLT coming across trying to make the play, and good try.
Well done, Taylor. He'll have had some dark times in his career, wouldn't he, when he had that really bad shoulder injury when he was younger, when he was at Wigan. And equal record point scorer at Rochdale Hornets. Bagged many a point at the Hornets, and he's just added another couple in his Whitehaven career as well. Good kick. 10 points for Whitehaven, 24 for Toronto is how it will finish.
You can see how much it means to this Whitehaven team. Carl Foster's getting him into the middle and saying, this is what we can do if we stick together and play well together. So well done, Whitehaven.